My video for today is about nail care for hands and for feet. So I have some items here in my basic nail care kit. So we're doing another self-quarantine, self-care video today from my office on my massage table. And everything is going pretty well here. I'm Christina, Soul Symphony. Thank you for joining me. If you, like many others, might need to take some time to take care of your nails, I want you to pause this video, get out your nail care stuff. If you don't have a nail care kit, this might be a good time to start one. For me, I use just a small Tupperware container and a few important items, so I'll show you what I have here. Alright, so number one, for being a barefoot massage therapist, having soft feet, I use a little scrubby like this, so kind of rough file on one side and even rougher file on the other, and this helps keep the feet nice and smooth, and also any areas of roughness around the fingertips or hands can be essential part of the kit. Nail clippers. I'm sure you might have a set of these around. I like the ones that have the little kind of nail catcher things so the nails don't go shooting off everywhere. So I've always preferred this type myself. I have small hands and feet, so I just use this size. I know people with larger nails, larger digits, use, you know, like toenail clippers, but for me this size works, so I just have this one. And nail file, handy to have for the rough edges. Another important one for me that I use, this is a cuticle pusher. It has like a little edge for just kind of cushioning around those edges of the nails or cleaning underneath. That's one essential item that I have in my nail care kit. And then the next essential one that I have, so really just these are the top 5 that I will use. This one is for trimming around the edges of the nails, little cuticle trimmer or any spare edges, little chomper dealios. Right? They can be a little pricey, you know, you can get them at any grocery store area, but good to have. This is essential for me. So those are my top 5. A couple backup items that I keep and use sometimes. This one's just a little kind of for cleaning up any loose edges. It has a little sharp edge that you can trim up in closer. I don't use it all the time, but I still keep it because it has come in handy before. This one is just a little nail buffer if you have ridges or you want your nails to look kind of smooth and clean and polished up look. This has 4 different levels of filing to smooth out your nails, and it's pretty impressive when you see a fully buffed nail. It's gorgeous. But it does take a little bit of time, so I don't always use that, but if I'm spoiling myself extra nail care time, I will use that. And then this is just some tea tree oil. When I do a foot bath, soak my hands or nails, a little bit of tea tree is antifungal, antibacterial oil, other things that you could use as well. So some people put a little salt as a cleanser, or apple cider vinegar, just a tiny bit in your bath can make a big difference. And some people have, you know, if you have nail fungus, which is not pretty, and it is something that can spread to other nails and get increasingly worse, that's something, as soon as you have any symptoms or issues with that, it's good to start addressing it sooner than later, or just by having something that helps prevent it in the first place. You're just easier to avoid getting any issues with that. So those are my basic tools for hands and feet, all in a little Tupperware. So it keeps everything together and simple. And this actually fits inside this other tub that I use as a foot bath. So I have little feet, I have a little foot bath. If you have a bigger feet, you might need a bigger container. But this one fits right inside of here. So when it doesn't have water in it, I keep these two together, slides right underneath the chair. Really easy to have everything in one spot ready for when I need it. So we can start hands or feet, hands or feet. Let's start with the hands. So I always put, you want to have your nails soaked or wet. The best time to do my nails, or my favorite time to do them, is after they've already been soaking. So if you take a shower or a bath and the cuticles will already be soft, your nails will be softer for trimming. And since I've been self-quarantining and not working, I still take care of my nails probably at least every other day. But when I'm working, it's a miniature manicure pedicure every day. So first step for the nails, maybe a little trimming. Even though I haven't worked in months, I still keep my nails pretty short. It's silly, but I've gotten so used to it. And for me, I just take it up, just some people like their nails more square or short. I'll do mine. I like them kind of curved and short. So I hope you guys have out your nail care stuff that you use so you can have nice little self-care session with me. I hope your quarantines are going well. And let me know if there's anything special you're doing to help take care of yourself, whether it's nail care or other stuff. And then I caught all those clippings. I can just set those aside and keep those nice and trimmed up. And next, I like to use the little cuticle pusher. So typically I would have my nails soaking for about 5 minutes in some water before doing this. Just helps them be a little softer, or right out of a shower or bath. Oh, also always have a towel handy for drying, catching any water that falls. If your cuticles or nails start to get dry, you can just dip them back in that water and keep going. And so you can see right here, I'm just kind of using that little scooper to push along those eggs, just pushing back the cuticle, and that gives it a nice smooth, clean line. And doing my nails has really become a very ritualistic part of my day, especially when I'm working. Just even just a half hour every day. Soak the feet, trim the nails, keep them nice and polished. And when you do a little bit every day, it is easier to handle than just not taking care of them for weeks at a time and then having to spend an hour or two. A little bit every day. A little goes a long way. There, so that only took a minute or so for one nail, and keeps those puppies looking clean and smooth. We'll do the other side real quick. And sometimes I get a little bit of jaggedness around the edges, so it'll be, I've been looking forward to doing this video with you guys. And I'm curious if you guys have any other pieces of your nail care kit that are totally different than mine that you use, that you that I don't even have. Maybe there's something, some cool tool that I just haven't stumbled upon yet. And it is really nice to get, if you've ever gone to a nail care place where the full manicure, pedicure, and you just relax while they pamper you, that's really nice. Especially when they have like cozy massage chairs to sit in, and hot bubbly foot soak. When you take care of your own nails, you can save a lot of money, and really it's pretty simple. You know, if you don't have a tool like this, you know, I do really like this tool, but your own fingernails have that same kind of curved, rounded, pointed edge. You can do this with your own fingernails. You don't need a tool. I guess I've just gotten so used to it that I prefer it, and I like it a little easier. And the last one here, the little baby finger. Just pushing it around all the way. Center and the sides. Doing a little rinse here on my water. Pow! Okay, so this was step number 1. Step number 2. Step number 3. Sometimes people will file their nails. I actually do not file my nails very often. I find that if I trim them, they stay pretty clean. If I get a little jagged edge here or there, the file is good for those specific spots. Like, let me see, I might have a little spot here. I've heard technically you shouldn't go back and forth with the nail, you just want to go in one direction. I've tried it that way, and just takes more time, and I don't really notice that much difference. So just gotta find what works best for you, and just following the line of the nail. And I guess we'll go ahead and check in on these puppies. I do like to keep it so there's not like any pointy edges on the sides. And a little rinse. Check in on this side with the file. And I rarely ever paint my nails, and my life revolves around my work, and it is nice sometimes to have some color on the nails. It's a pretty special event when I do, maybe once or twice a year, but I just see it as much easier to take care of my nails when I don't have to put on or take off nail polish. And there's definitely some cleanliness aspects that come with just having the clean nails. You don't have to use the chemicals of the nail polish or the nail polish remover. So we gave them all a rinse. We give our little nail file a rinse. Nails are looking smooth and short. And so, next step. So we have the 1, and step 2, and step 3, and step 4. So this one is the cuticles. So with the cuticle trimmers, what we're doing, you can see the cuticle that we pushed back with the little cuticle pusher. Sometimes there's just some excess kind of sticking out there. So if you want to trim them up, or if there's any jagged edges, that's important to just keep them clean, prevent dirt from accumulating around the nails. Everybody's hands are so different. When I was younger, I didn't really understand this part about the cuticle removing, but once I got into massage therapy and got this specific tool, everything made a lot more sense. But it is one of the tools that, you know, if you're not careful, or if you're new to using it, sometimes you can get a little cut around the nails, around the cuticles. So, but each time you use it, you'll get better and better. And you're just cleaning up around the nails there. Anything new going on with your quarantine, or your states opening up, or countries shifting policies and rules? I know here in Texas it's getting close to phase 2 opening. Phase 1 was businesses that can maintain social distancing. And phase 2, coming up on Monday, will be non-essential businesses, offices can open. And gyms. Of course, masks are still strongly encouraged. Social distancing is encouraged even more as things will be opening up. So we'll just get to see how things unfold. And you know, me personally, the way I look at it is, it's like kind of like a Pandora's box of this new type of virus. And there's not, I don't really see any way that it's going to get back in the box, you know, like it's out. Out, and there's risk involved by leaving your house. So but there's always been risk in leaving your house, so we just gotta roll with it and choose the amount of risk that we want to put ourselves in by the amount that we want to put ourselves out there. And you know, if you have conditions that make you more concerned, then you need to be extra careful, you know, or avoid going out more. There's still risk. That's life. All right, so we finished off the cuticle cleanup process here, and just yeah, I like it. Looks good. What do you think? Next hand. Okay. So that also took a couple minutes there. sometimes it can be a little more tedious. On this side I've got a little rough cuticle edge there, so we're gonna clean up each and every little tuft. There we go. And so I'm right-handed, a little more tricky to use the left hand, but I've gotten really used to doing it. It's small movements. So I've been thinking about doing a nail care video like this for a long time, and today's the day. It's like, it's so simple. I do this all the time. Why not just capture it and share it? The tedious care of a massage therapist. If you have a job that you have to keep your nails nice and clean for, curious what other jobs might have to be this involved as well. I know I've seen like people that do typing, work at a register. Sometimes people like to have really nice nails. Like if you've ever gone to the bank, sometimes bank attendants have really nice nails, I've seen. It's just one way to show reflection of self-care. I've heard people say that, you know, nail care is important to them, like if they're looking for a partner or, you know, having nice nails, whether it's feet or hands. You know, when you take care of your nails, it says a lot about you. If you don't take care of your nails, it says a lot too. So if you're out there trying to find a partner, trying to impress a partner, you might consider your nail care regimen. Protocol, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so we are looking good. Just a few more trims here. I'm trying to give y'all a little bit better angle to see what I'm doing here. All the way around the nail. Got my little water bucket down here for cleaning it up. This was the one that was getting a little jagged earlier. It is looking much, much better. And then, let's see, you've got baby nail. And the thumb. Yeah. All right. This side took a couple minutes. Give a rinse. This cool water is actually really nice for a warm day to like today. Here in Austin, it's getting hot outside. 80s, 90s almost, but it's gorgeous. Boom. Right, hands are great. So if we wanted to take things a step further, like I mentioned, a little bit of tea tree or apple cider vinegar, I'll just take a tiny bit of that and mix in a little bit of the water there to distribute it. And that just helps protect the nails, keep them clean, disinfected. Has a little bit of a minty, antiseptic-y kind of smell to it. Some people will add a bit of lavender or peppermint is nice. So we're not going to use this one. I just don't need it today. And the buffer, I'm not going to use that either. Keep it real simple. So here are my gorgeous nails. I love it. Next step, feetsies. So once again, we're going to start with the foot soak. Get those nails nice and soaked up here. Ah, still cold. All right. So, and typically, like I was saying with the, if you can soak them bath or shower, that's a great time to take care of your nails because they'll be nice and soft and ready. Again, with the feet, we're going to do those same 5 easy steps, starting with step number 1, or I guess step number 1 would be to get the feet wet or soaked, and then the trim. And just like with my nails, I keep them pretty short so that when I'm working and massaging, nobody gets hurt. And I also do roller skating outside of here, so it's nice to have short nails and have nice snug skates. And clean out our little clipper holder. Next foot. My nails are already pretty short, so I don't need too much trimming. Just light maintenance for today. Now they could use a good scrubbing. I haven't been scrubbing my feet as often due to being self-quarantined and not working. But today we will scrub the feet. Next step, the cuticle pusher. I'm gonna get my feet just a little more wet again, because that helps with the softening up the edges of the cuticle here. And just like with the nails, you're just following that curve, that natural curve of the nail. Around the sides, across the center, and cross. Rinse if you need it. Of course, these little guides, pretty quick and simple on the smaller toes. Following that line. And then one last baby toe, super tiny here. Ta-da! Rinse. Other foot. Get it nice and wet. Right. On this side, just like before, following the edge. And little toes. I do find that when I work on my feet or my nails, little pedicure sessions, that sometimes my back can get a bit sore. So if I'm at home, I'll make sure I have cushions behind my back and around my body. You want to just find a way that you can get the most comfortable while you're doing these little tedious kind of care on the feet. And every now and then it can help to take breaks and stretch out, lean back. And then just get back into it. We're almost done. We're on the last two little baby toes here. Like I said, if you don't have a cuticle pusher device, you can just use your fingernails. They work good too. Do a little final soak here. We did our clipping, cuticle pushing, nail file. We'll check in on these puppies here. I like to do this one over the water. If you have a little water basin. And for me, I keep my nails short, but I like them rounded, smooth nails. This part's always pretty quick. I don't always file them, but sometimes it's nice to do that. Helps keep them nice and rounded. Boom. Rinse. Poof. Poof. Next foot. Right, here we are. Again with the nail file. This one's kind of short. Really just getting those little corners smoothed out. Not too square. Nice and round. I know some therapists who do paint their nails more often, but it's just a lot of work keeping them clean and painted and unpainted, and or keeping them looking nice and fresh and clean. Takes more work. All right, so one more rinse there. so those are the steps for the nails. We could do like we did with the fingernails, just a little touch of tea tree diluted with some water here. Like I said before, it's antifungal, antibacterial. You can also use just a little bit of apple cider vinegar. A little bit of salt can be a nice cleansing agent too. Helps protect against nail funguses or any weird funky stuff like that. Keeps them fresh, clean, smelling nice. We're not going to use either of these two. Like I said, I've got these, which are handy today, just keeping things simple. But the one thing we will use with the foot, have my little scrubby. So there's a firmer metallic side here. Like on this one, it actually, you can pull it off, and so if you need to clean it out, or that this metal part comes off. And then on this side, it's more like a nail file, but just a little bit rougher for the actual scrubbing of the feet. So this is best to do after your feet have been either soaking for a while or damp. I find there's like a perfect level of wetness that really helps with scrubbing the feet. You don't want them too wet, you don't want them too dry, just kind of like washed and then dried. So freshly dried but damp. And so the important parts with the feet, all around the heel, is very important. Center and the sides. Always do this over my little water bucket. And then up here, the upper sole part of the foot. Right here, one area that gets rough on my feet. Outer corner here, another important part, because really typically there's 3 points that get the most contact when you're walking. It's like a tripod, your heel, and then these parts of your foot. My foot is a smaller part of the population, actually has a bone on the second toe here that's a little bit longer. So if you're like me, you might have a little bit more of a rough spot here. So your tripod's actually a little bit smaller than if it was out here. So if you have that, you might need to scrub that second toe area a bit more. There we go, a little bit more right there. And then around the big toe. And then for me, since I'm very tedious with my foot care, another area that I do, that might be a little unusual, or I've never had it done when I go get a pedicure, but for myself, I'll actually scrub around each individual toe. Like here, not on the nail, but just around the edge of the toe. I don't know if anybody else ever does this, but it just kind of helps. It looks nice and feels real smooth. And one more scrub on the sole and the heel. Little rinse here in the rinse bucket. Whew. All right. And that's off our little scrubber. can help if you have one of those little nail scrubber thingies. I don't have one in this kit, but I have one at home. That's what I'll use to scrub this down if I need to. So this other foot number 1 is complete. Success. Right. Foot number 2. Number 2. Oop, okay. Yeah, nice and wet. Like I said, that perfect level of wetness, so get it wet. Pat it dry. And then it's the perfect amount for scrubbing. Make sure your scrubber is not too wet, not too dry, and we go again. Okay. You ready? All right. We'll get this over our water bucket here. Perfect. And with the heel, all around those edges and the center. Sometimes I'll use a salt scrub with olive oil and salt. Really nice, feels good to massage that in and you get the moisture from the oils. Today, or if I'm just keeping things simple for a quick manicure pedicure like we're doing right now, today, I'll just use the foot scrubby. Kind of quick and easy. Whereas the salt is a little extra luxurious. I've got it on me and I've got extra time, I'll use it. Outer part of the foot, every little spot that gets rough. I'll be going roller skating later today after my video. Been doing outdoor roller skating couple times every week, and it's my favorite form of exercise outside of barefoot massage. And with self-quarantine, it's been good to have an outlet for exercise and fresh air, just getting out. Sometimes I'll see some skater friends out, and that's nice to have a sense of connection and community, but be able to keep a safe distance from big crowds at the same time. Always script this part extra. It's that part with the longer metatarsal. Spot that gets rough on me. I used to wonder about why that was, but now I know. I think it's maybe like less than 10% of the population have that, where the second toe becomes more of the part of that tripod that helps you balance rather than the big toe spot. Got our big toe scrubby, so important. lastly, like we did on the other foot, just like to go around each individual little toe, not on the nail, but around them. Some people might think that's a little weird, but it's become a part of my tedious foot care routine. Now we're almost done. We're wrapping up with these last few toes here. And I hope that your hands and feet are getting nice and lovely. Their little hang time together. And last one here, we got the big toe. Oh, it feels so good to have clean, smooth feet again. So, last step, we got our little foot soak. Got our scrubby, clean out our little scrubby here with the water. And rinse off that foot. And dry off all those toes. And that is, that's it. That's the way I do it. So thanks for hanging out and taking care of your hands and your toes with me. It's been fun, and I hope you're doing great. And I'll see you again soon. Christina, Soul Symphony, Ashiatsu Barefoot Massage. See you soon.